the next step that we're going to do is physically to make the smoothie. We have the greens that were pre-cut and put in Ziploc bags from yesterday. And we've rinsed them and washed them and have them already. Usually use a whole colander's worth of greens, in the morning smoothie. We'll be making a full, batch, so 72 ounces. We'll prep this and use it for, today and tomorrow. First, we start out with, 2 glasses worth of water. Then we'll take the apple that we cored and clean and physically, blend that. We'll blend things in a couple of stages. Right, so now we'll take the greens. These are collards today, and we have many different types of greens that work well. The Swiss chard, the kale. Today we've got bok choy, lettuce, and collards. And the greens all have to be organic. Times that you'll have to use the tamper in order to get it down. We'll pop it up and add the rest of the greens. So usually I do it in a couple of steps. Trying to avoid to use the tamper, but today I had to use the tamper anyway, so you could have loaded it all up and just used the tamper all in one step. As you can see, it pretty much fills the so using everything. Alright, so the next step, I like to use, some protein with it. I like the OptiMetabolics, protein powder, and the OptiFiber. Adding the extra fiber, slows down the burn of the sugars, so you don't get a sugar spike when you do your drink in the morning. The OptiMetabolics, whether it be vanilla or a chocolate, this one happens to be a chocolate. It really doesn't matter, the taste of the greens. And I'll put 1 scoop in there. Like I said, this is going to be 2 days worth, so that's a half a scoop per day. And then the OptiFiber, also 1 scoop. And this is also where we would add in the liquid minerals, the D3, and any other medicines that we have you take in at the same time. So I'm going to do the powders first, and then step away and now get the liquids out of the refrigerator. The liquids that I use in my smoothie in the morning, and that'll vary depending on what protocol we have patients on. I like the Udos. I'll typically do a tablespoon or 2. That helps get the cells be more permeable. Almost most patients that are in the office, have one of the liquid minerals. I test for Spectramin, but it can vary depending on which one you personally test for. And I typically do about 15 to 20 drops, a day. So this is 2 days worth. So I'm putting about 3 droppers full in, of the Spectramin. The D3. About 10 drops, which is 5 drops per day. And then I personally add a little bit of pancreas product to help with my sugar metabolism. And about 20 drops of that, 10 drops per day. And then cap it back up. Alright, so as you can see, the blender is not completely full, and ideally we want it completely full, so I'll be transferring the greens to a Nalgene bottle. So I'll have 2 Nalgene bottles with half in one and half in the other. It'll be about 3/4 full. With each, we'll store it in the refrigerator, one for today and one for tomorrow. They're pretty equals, but I want them completely equal. And then I just cap them off with reverse osmosis water. So the reverse osmosis, can be can be available in the house as a whole house or a unit for the house under the sink in the kitchen, or you can buy it from Publix, in the vending machine. That's a glacier in the exit foyer of Publix. So that's an inexpensive way. It's about $1.50 for 5 gallons, and you'll use a couple 5-gallon buckets of water or containers of water a week, just in general for every day, cooking and drinking, for the whole family. All right, so what we want to do is physically see what the smoothie looks like after it's all mixed up and diluted. We'll put it in a glass, and it's very green, but it won't taste that green. Let's give a good taste. Again, you taste the banana, the apple, and a little bit of the protein powder, but the greens are dilute enough to where it doesn't overpower the drink. That's one of the biggest challenges. Now, when you first start, you may want to use a little bit less green, because if you're not used to drinking the greens, again, this was probably over 50% to 70% green. In the beginning, you probably want to be about 1/3 green and gradually work your way up so that you don't have loose stools. If you have loose stools, it just means you're doing a little bit too much green, too aggressive, and your body's detoxing slightly. All right, and that's it on the smoothie. And the next piece we're going to show is how to clean and make what I call Dr. Gardner's lemonade.